Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back. In the last chapter of the federalism, we have studied about the what is federalism, and we have seen the features of the federalism, and we have seen that about the what makes India a federal country. So this what we have seen in the last chapter now. Now moving to the next topic of this chapter, that is a part second, we are going to see what how is federalism practiced in our country, and the language policy, linguistic policy, center state relations, and also we are going to see about the decentralization in India and their types. Okay, now before starts the lesson, we will go to the beautiful thought of today's, that is, if you don't sacrifice for what you want, then what you want becomes the sacrifice. Yes, true. So think it and move ahead now. As we know that this is the political map of India, where we see many states that have been disintegrated. As we have the disintegrated states, but still we are all in the unity there. That shows it's a good federalism country here. Now we are going to see how federalism is practiced. Yes, and here the main federalism is nothing but the central and state relation here. As we are saying that we are the disintegrated with the many regional states, and here center becomes the main powerful. Now how the relations between our center and relation are here. So here how it is practiced is that it is helped to a lot to avoid clashes between the central and states here. When same political party ruling its central and state couldn't enjoy more power, as central government could influence the decisions of states here. But after 1990, what happens? Before that, I will tell you one small clarification there. Before 1990, as soon as when we got the independence, after 1947 till 1989, we can say that the one ruling party was ruling there, that is the Congress. After that, what happened that, but after 1990, many regional parties also came up and acquired the power in states there. Thus now what happened there? More independent decisions were taken by the states and federal system was practiced here. So this is how now federalism is going to get started in our country there. Today, these regional political parties are even affecting the decisions making in central also. That is the relation how we have built with the center and the state here. So we say that today's power sharing is more effective than it was practiced in the early days when constitution was written. So let me to get clarity that what we are going to see that how the federalism is practiced in our country. Let me revise once again that federalism can be seen in a democratic policies of the state or a nation. Just I said that. In India, we basically started on the language groups. Yes. So we had Andhra speaking peoples, okay, who demanded for a separate state. Then we means, as we know that we are the disintegrated with the many states there, even all the states separate states, they want their separations there. So Marathi, Tamil, and so on and so forth. So initially divisions of India, after the independence we had divisions that come up on the linguistic basis. Means after the partition of that country, the next division we have started in our country upon the language basis there. Despite that, what happened, we had certain states that are classified on the basis of their culture, ethnicity, or geographical conditions. So not only we have given the importance to the languages, and we have more given the importance to their culture, their ethnicity, or geographical conditions of that region. For example, if I say in the northern part, if you see the Nagaland, sorry, in the eastern parts, if you see the Nagaland is there. Again, if you see the northern part is the Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, and so on there. The last state means here the last, still we are made the separation there due to their ethnicity and also their with their culture. Now if we see the last state that was government was separated as the Telangana, that become a separate state in the year 2014 in India. So now here what happened, that basically follows as a language policy. When we say language policy, we say Hindi is our official language, but for all the judicial purposes, okay, we are saying that is the English is the official language, fine, and but it is not followed in the judicial purposes. There we kept as a English would remain the official language or basic language there. So these are the these are the some of the what we can say, some are the things that has been practiced in our India. If we go with the linguistic state is nothing but again here the language language division we can say. As we know that evolution of states over 1967 to 2018. So we have seen as already before period of time. So here evolution of states over a period of time between the 1967 to 2018, what we have seen, then basis of the linguistic, that the for example people speaking are speaking in the like a Tamil, they are speaking, they are the Tamilians. If they are speaking the Telugu, they are becomes the Andhrians. If they speak the Marathi, they become the Maharashtrian. So this all it is evolved in according to the over a period of time there. Then what happened, the creation of states on the linguistic states. Now what happened here, in actually before when we got the independence in 1947, there are only 14 state and 6 union territories. But now according to the evolution, according to the changes, according to the demands of the people, now union territories and 29 states are there. Means 7 union territories and the 29 states are there. After here the states are evolving. Okay, are you getting that? The states are evolving here. So what happened, the people speaking the same language, living in the same states, they feel more comfortable as their suppose if you are in the, for example, we are staying in the Maharashtra here. Now if we have the more comfortable with our language, with our culture, then we will be more comfortable to live with the people there. So now languages, if we adopt, we see in the many criteria of geographical distincts that already have explained in the last one here. So here linguistics, many of the states that have been found boundaries that have been changed, people common languages have been brought together. So states created on the basis of culture, just as told you, and the example is Nagaland, Uttarakhand and the Jharkhand here. Now what is the language policy here? This hope I feel that the linguistic state has got the clear, means how the people has changed according to the state, according to their language there, and according to their ethnicity, and also according to their culture there. This is what we have seen in the linguistic state. Now actually let me tell you children, the federalism, it has been mostly, they are the three pillars of this become the federalism. Our country become the federalism on the basis of the linguistic state and the language policy and the center state relation here. So linguistic state, hope I have got clear to explain there. Means I become successful to explain there. So next is about the language policy. If we see that no language has been given the status of the national language there, means officially they have not told that you should have this much only. Here central government can't impose Hindi on non-Hindi speaking states. Means if you see the other southern parts, if there are many people, they are unable to speak the Hindi there, they are not imposing. Impose means they are not forcing you to have it, but it is very necessary for the, if you want to communicate to the people of the northern parts, obviously they are speaking in the Hindi, and we if we go to the other states also Hindi become the more common language there, because it has become the language that you should follow with the ethnicity also. So again, if you see, the 22 languages have been recognized as the scheduled languages there. Some centers agrees to use English along with the Hindi. By this, flexibility is shown there. So means here, as we know that there are 21 languages that have been recognized in the scheduled languages of India. Yes. Now if we look around, we have nearly 1500 distinct, 1500 distinct languages, and here 114 major languages. But in the category of scheduled languages that are listed on the currency notes, we have the currency notes. If you see there, you have the languages. This means we can see the list of the languages there that are listed on the constitution. On the constitution guarantees there. We have these 22 languages that the part of the 8th schedule. Fine. These languages are the part of the 8th schedule. Now Hindi is the most popular of that. Fine. What happened there? Hindi is the most popular of that. Here 40% of population have the first language there. Children, try to understand, 40% of the population have the first language as Hindi. If we include the people who have the second language and the third language as Hindi, it comes to nearly 50%. Means first language we have compared. Now if we compare the second and third language as the Hindi, it comes to nearly about the 50% of the population there. So what happens when it comes to English? Fine. When it comes to English, only 0.02% have who the English as the first language. But coming up, English become the second and third language. Fine. You have, means you 11% of the population here. 11% of the population is having the English is the second and the third languages. So most of the things that were non-Hindi states should non-Hindi states were there. They were starting to believe that the Hindi should not be the official language here of a country. So because means here no language has been given the status of national language. This sentence holds good to the first one. Because of that happens, we need to have our separate existence or separate state. If we impose them to become like this, impose the languages, then they were started to demand the separate country or the separate states they want to be. So what happened here? Now what government favored here? So how should be the center and the state relation should be here? So if I say that center and the state, so government favored these conditions as finally there was a ruling that all official documents and all judicial documents would remain in English. So center and the relation between the center and the state should not be dominant with each other. So what government decided there, they have favored that finally that official documents and judicial documents would remain in the English. So therefore central state relation become very, very important. As we saw after 1990s, we witnessed coalition government there. As we know that before 1990, I said that only one ruling party, the Congress party, were ruling at the time. As soon as the regional people also, they started to elect they got the in the election, they also started to winning as their majority party. Then they thought that we should also make the majority to, for example, if 270 plus seats are there, if Congress wants the 200, then another 70 they will be take the help from the regional. So that's why what they also given the leniency to the state that relation should be in a good way. So that's why after 1995 it witnessed that the coalition government in India. Coalition government, already we know very well that it is the alliance party of the to get the majority of the to rule the government there. So again here regional parties, then they come together and form the government there, means in the state that we are seeing in the center state relation here. So regional parties, they come together and form a government at central level. Till that, you have a single party was winning the election and they are coming into power. So in the center, in the before 1990s, that we have seen here. Now, what happened here? What brought about the real success of federalism in India? Main means how we become the successful, as we are having the disintegration among the country, but still we were successful to become the success in the federalism. Then the main is that the nature of democratic politics, just what we have seen between the center and the state relation, respect for democratic politics that we are doing, and we have the desire for the living together. Means as we are the different from the regionals, but we are still at the center, we are all one here. So here what happens again, what undermines the spirit of federalism? Means what is the spirit that we have to be the part of the federalism here? So here center misusing the constitution to dismiss the state government that was controlled by the rival parties, or we can say just now we have seen that coalition government led to a new culture of power sharing and respect for the autonomy of state governments. Means we should also here the center should not dominate to the state, that we are in the ruling party, they should not. Obviously it will happen that when the ruling party comes, they will ignore to the second one. So that should not and they want they are rude with the people there. So again should avoid that. What happens again, the coalition government led to the new cultures of the power sharing there. If you have the coalition government when in the regional level also, then the autonomy means the power becomes easy to share there. Means we can also will be respected to the state government. So this has been taken the undermines of the federalism. Then the next is the very important topic about the decentralization here. Here when power is taken away from the, first let me tell you what is the decentralization. Centralization, one center is there where they are holding the power. Okay, that is the centralization. The next, what is the decentralization here again? Decentralization is nothing but where you have the power and that you want to divide it or you want to dilute it, means you want to share it. Okay, so the definition itself says that when power is taken away from the central and state government and given to the local governments, means sharing the powers to the hierarchy in the step by step. Why? As we know that vastness of states in the size and population, we can see many states have the many population, their culture, that we can we can share the powers there. Next is the internally diverse and need for power sharing. So why is these are all? Now we are going to see. As we know that it brought in effective decentralization, what are the steps taken for this by the constitution are? First one is that it is mandated to hold regular elections to local governments. Means it is not like that ki once if we have conducted the election for 5 to 7 years we are not conducting the elections, that should not be happen. So here it becomes the mandatory to hold the regular elections to the local governments, okay, to the local people. That what we are going to discuss now. Again here they have given the reservation to seats for SC, ST and BCs. So that also is one of the major thing that we are going to discuss it. And third is a 1/3 state seats reserved for the women there. Here the state election commission conducts an election. State government share some power and revenue with the local bodies now. Now let me tell you that where we talks about the decentralization here at the rural level and the urban level. So primarily it was the rural bodies there. Rural bodies, under the rural areas or rural local bodies, we have the 1/3 of the seats that have been reserved for the SC STs. I just now say for the female candidates. Sorry. So power is being taken from the state to the local people here. Once you have the local people who are coming into power have more representation. Yes, true it is. Then what happened here? More decentralization and more power that could be attained by them. If we give the power those who are the local, for example, if when you are going to see some of the city there, if you go to the other city that if you are not knowing that, if you take one guide and if you ask him, then he will be so familiar for that area, so then he can give the more information. In the same way here also happened in the this condition also, in this situation more decentralization, because we are sharing the more power to that representation here. So it becomes mandatory to it becomes mandatory, fine, to later on hold regular elections for uh, large bodies to have the reservation for the SC/STs, women, and the at the local level here. And you have the Panchayati Raj system here. Now, if you see Panchayat Raj system, what is the local self government? Means here we are going to discuss about the local self government. In that local self government, what we are saying, village level is there, block level is there, and the district level is there. Now what happened now? Now Panchayati Raj Panchayat. What does it mean here? It is very interesting to understand. First of all in Panchayati Raj system, you have the lowest level. Level of the level is the here the we can which is the village here, at which the village level you have the gram panchayat. Okay, village level you have the gram panchayat, that is seen then. These gram panchayat, what will have what they will do, you have the panchayat here. Panchayat means, already we know that panch means 5 people, and in that you would have the sarpanch and the other members of the ward known as the panch there. Means on this panchayat you have on this panchayat level you have the panch, the 5 member people, and one is the head of that is the sarpanch, who is the member of the ward known as the panch, which would be the part of gram panchayat. Gram, or that gram means that the village, which would be the part of gram panchayat. They are elected directly by the people and take the decisions directly for the people. Getting here in the panchayat, the the peoples were electing them, and the electing, who are the electing there? The members who are more aged than the 18 years, they are directly electing them. And starts means these panchayat, what becomes there, they are elected directly by the people and take the decisions directly for the people there. They approve the budget and review the performance. Who approves the budget here? That gram sabha is nothing but again where the people from the gram panchayat. Okay, they are having the one it's a segment, they can have the they approve the all the annual budgets, and they will review how the gram panchayat is working there. So above the village level you have the panchayati samiti, which is also known as block or mandal there. So which is also known as the block or mandal. It is the group of various villages coming together. So you have various villages that come together and perform the block or mandal or samiti. Means block, mandal, samiti, it becomes the same there as a villages that come up together. Now this samiti, what they will do, this samiti, the members and are elected by the panchayat members of each village. So what happened, 5 from this, 5 from that others, 5 from the three mandal, block, and the these 3 members, means 3 category, 3 levels of the members, 5. What they will do, they elect the members at the district level. Means these people only, they are going to elect the district level there. They form the Zilla Parishad. Okay, now then this Zilla Parishad have their own selected members. Sometimes they can be MLAs or MPs too. Means they will be involving MLAs and MPs too. And then you have Zilla person as the chairman there, and the political head of the Zilla Parishad. Here there also have one the Zilla person as the chairman and is also known as the political head of that the Zilla Parishad there. Similarly to the rural areas, you have the urban areas also. This is the rural area government we have seen, and in the next we are going to see about the urban areas there. What happened in the similarly in the urban area? Similarly, the rural areas you have the urban area, as I said, where you have the municipality. Okay, in the big cities, in the big areas, what we are considering them as the municipality. If you have the bigger urban area, you would have municipality corporation. Yes, here municipality corporation that could be seen. Fine. If the means in the large bigger area, Pune is like in the like Pune like city. Okay, if the municipal corporation, you have the mayor, which is the main head of the municipal corporation. Okay, which is the main head of the municipal corporation here. Now, what is the institution of the Zilla Parishad? What does it mean? What it is doing here? As we discussed, Zilla Parishad is the political head. Now, when we say that the division of power, you have the district magistrate and the Zilla Parishad. Means you have the district magistrate, okay, and the Zilla Parishad. What is the role of the difference between the two here? District person is chaired by the non-political head. Okay, try to understand. District person is chaired by the non-political head, basically as the civil servant or administrative head. Fine. The decision making is done by the Zilla Parishad here. The execution is done by the district magistrate. Now the chairperson of Zilla Parishad comes under the collector or district magistrate here. But above the additional collector, what is a good example of the division of the power is seen in a city? Fine. These are the about the local government areas. So the difficulties faced by the local governments is that they are not, it is not that elections of the Gram Sabha are not held regularly. Okay, they are not keeping their elections regularly. That is the one of the main difficulty they are facing there. And most of the state governments are not transferring powers and resources there. Means here the states, they should keep the faith on the local people, and they should share the powers to get a good resource there. That the local government they are facing. Now children, to wind up this one, then we are going to see what happened in the next an experiment in Brazil there. As we know that a city called Porto Alegre, okay, the city called the Porto Alegre in Brazil. So what happens was the decentralization with the participative government or participative democracy that was seen in the Brazil. What happened was the different wards, the city was divided into wards or sectors there, and each sector has its own meeting. Fine. There it is divided into what? Into wards or sectors, and each sector has its own meeting there. So now buses run into the poor colonies, and the builders cannot build basically what happens, they have the slum dwellers there. Without resettling them, all those development came in the city because at the division of power and the involvement of local people into the budget there, and this allocation of the resources so that even the common man or poor man gets the maximum benefits there. This is about the decentralization that we have seen in the Brazil, that they have experiment in the Brazil. So before saying me the constitutional status of the local government, let me give it. That is, the constitutional status for local government has helped to deepen democracy in our country. Means the constitution kept into mind and given the status to the local government. Okay, that most state governments have not transferred significant powers to the local government and have not given adequate resources to them. We are still long way from realizing the ideal of self government. Getting? So before saying me the thank you, let me revise once again within a short, as we study in this, that is about the how federalism is practiced in our country. What are the things that we have seen due to the language policy and linguistic state language policy and the center state relation. Hope children, I feel that you are got the clear clarity about this topic. If you have anything that you are facing the problem, please comment it on the feedback session there. And if you feel any of the point is missed out, so please can say me in the feedback also. So again, if we see the real success of federalism in India, what are the things that we have come across and what the spirit of the federalism that we have seen by taking the coalition government there. The main of that is the decentralization. As we said that when what is decentralization here, decentralization is nothing but the when the power is taken away from the central, yes, and the state government and given to the local governments there. So that has been seen. And also we have seen about the, it means the one center and there you share the powers or diluted there. So why it is what is the need of this one? To solve the local issues there, and it should be the can be skilled of the local level there. Means can be skilled means the local people know very well how to tackle the problems there. And one is the best knowledge of the local area and their problems, because as they are residing there and they know the very good about their locality. So that is the one of the thing. And decentralization was not effective issues because they are not sharing the powers from the state there, that we have seen here about the decentralization. And we also seen that what are the effective decentralization. If they ask for the 5 marks question according to the 1992 act, you can give these 5 points and you will be getting the marks in your pocket there. You can take the screenshot or you can revise these points also. It is mandatory to hold regular elections to the local governments. Yes, as we know that in the local governments elections are not held as a mandatory there. Some of the states, in some cities they are doing, and some of the cities they are hiding it. So it should not be there. And here what happened there, as we know very well, that reservation of seats for the SC, STs and BCs they have kept reserved there, because that on that place these people only should have the powers to elect to stand for the elections there. And maximum, if you see the in other areas of the local means this local, if you see that 1/3 seat has been reserved for the women there, means in on that a such particular area or particular state or particular place, that woman has given the right to means the woman has given the right to do the elections there. And here the state election commission conducts election there. Okay, your state government shares some powers and revenue with the local bodies, means they are giving some of the money to the local peoples to whatever the problems are there, it should get solved from these local bodies. Okay, that this is the main question you may get it, so please try to answer with this. And we have seen the Panchayat Raj as the self local government, that is in the rural area. So as let me summarize, that is what is the village level here. Village level is the Gram Panchayat. How the Gram Panchayat is done here. The Gram Panchayat is nothing but a village or one group of village that forms the Gram Panchayat. And these Gram Panchayat, what they do, it is who is electing them here. The election has been done with the directly elected by the adult population. Who is the adult population here? The people who are having the age more than 18 years. Now next, what happened here? These peoples having some of the bodies there, voters body should be there. That voters body is known as the Gram Sabha, means electing peoples or electing body is called the Gram Sabha. What this Gram Sabha do here? They will approve the annual budget here. Means Gram Sabha, what they are doing here? Gram Sabha is approves the annual budget here, and they took it looks after the Gram Panchayat also. Means what Gram Panchayat is doing, that they are supervising them, and also they reviews the performance of the Gram Panchayat. They are reviewing the performance, what they are doing, that supervise they are doing. Now here for this Panchayat, who is the head here? Sarpanch. That is the Gram Panchayat, as the head is the Sarpanch there. So hope you got the clear. Here rural government is there. What is the structure there? Gram Panchayat is there. Gram Panchayat, who is electing them? The number of the peoples of the that local, and they, what happened here? If we take one area, that is a bigger area, if we take number of some Gram Panchayat, number of some Gram Panchayat means some of the villages Gram Panchayat that club together, they form as the Panchayat Samiti. Okay, how Panchayat Samiti has formed? Due to the many number of panchayats there, they form the Samiti or block or the mandal, we call them. Okay, hope I feel that you got the clear. And what happens here for the Gram Panchayat? Who is the leader here? The leader of the Gram Panchayat is the Sarpanch there, and they are elected from the members of the Gram Panchayat there. They elected means who? The Sarpanch and the Panch, what they will do? They elect to the Panchayat Samiti people. And if we club to all the Panchayat Samiti, okay, what are the Panchayat Samiti are they? No, if we club to them to form the Zilla Parishad here. And is the Zilla Parishad, what is his role? He is the been head of the political of the Zilla Parishad as the chairperson there. And who is involving here? MPs or MLAs. Fine. This is about the Gram Panchayat. If you see the local in the governments, that what towns, in the big towns, who will be there here? Big cities or that municipalities will be taking the role, and also the who is the chairperson is the head of the municipality there. Municipal chairperson is the head of the municipalities in the towns. In the bigger areas, if you see, municipal corporations will be there, and here the mayor is the head there, right? In the local government of the urban areas, the towns, if you see in the towns, we are having the municipalities. Okay, and here in the municipalities, chairperson is the head. And if we compare to the big cities, here the municipal corporations will be there. For the municipal corporation, mayor is the head here. Hope you got the clarity here. Again, we come that key difficulties faced by the local governments there. As we know that the elections of Gram Sabhas are not held regularly there. Most of the state governments are not transferring powers and resources. Some of the states, they are not sharing their powers and resources there. That is the biggest problem that we have come across here. And just I have seen in that how the experiment by seeing the Brazil, how they had become their decentralization with the perspective, with the participative democracy there. If you read this slide, you will be getting some of the constitutional status of local government. We have seen that what is it's still happening here. Fine. So these are the, just I have revised in a short way, which is very important, that I have revised it once again it. So before saying me thank you, as I say always, that keep writing your notes. If you have any doubts, please children comment me on the your feedback session. So write the notes properly. Fine. So before saying thank you, what federalism, what are the things contents we have seen in the federalism? Fine. India is a federal. We have learnt about the India also here. What is federalism? We have seen their features. Fine. Next, we have seen the topic on the what makes India a federal country, the union list, state list, concurrent list. Hope you have got clear there. The next we have seen about the how is federalism practiced in our country. Okay, due to the linguistic states, due to the language policy, and also the center state relations there. That was the things we have just come up. And we have seen the decentralization in India, how this power has been shared the to the locals there. So this, and we have seen the experiment in Brazil. It is there in your textbook, so you can also go through with us if you face any problem. So as usual, I say that there is a feedback session, so you can give the feedback. Hope I make you to clear the topic there. So take care, stay healthy, be fit and fine. Take care, bye bye.